One of the most common questions I get asked now is, have I or will I ever search for my biological parents? Anyways, we are home today by ourselves. Dad is working, right? Dada work?
Mama work.
Yeah. And who else? Dada work?
Mama no work.
What about Dada?
Mama work.
I know. And what about Dada? Does Dada work too?
Mama work.
I know. Why do you keep saying grandma?
Mama work. Dada work.
Yeah. So they work. Mommy worked early in the morning. I wake up at 4:30 in the morning, you guys. And I have 6 a.m. class, 7 a.m. class, 8 a.m. class, and then I take a class. And then I come home and I be mom the rest of the day. Which works in our schedule because then we have the whole day to ourselves. Like Little London says, everybody works. So I just figured that I had some extra time to kill before we gotta give her a bath and get her ready for the evening. So I wanted to jump on here and just catch you guys up, do another video for you guys because I haven't done one in a minute and I kind of miss doing them. And I'm a very perfectionist type of person. I'm like, okay, everything has to be right, the setting, my hair, my makeup, all that good stuff. And lately, I just have realized that life is life. And I'm just gonna say what I have to say, what's on my heart now, because I don't want to forget it later. And it doesn't have to be perfect because it's just for me and my heart and things like that. So we just had dinner. We just had rotisserie chicken and chicken Alfredo from Sam's. The best $5 investment ever. So good. And I just figured I'd jump on here and catch you guys up and have a little convo and tell you a little bit more about what I want to discuss next, what I think is super important. Oh, thank you, mamas. You're so smart, so sweet. So first of all, you're so cute.
Mom.
Yeah. What? What's up?
No whisper.
Yeah, you want to say hi? Mwah. Give him kisses. Oh, you're so cute. Can mama have a kiss? Oh, I know when you give me kisses like that. Have another kiss. Oh, thank you so much. You melt my heart.
No whisper, please.
What? So anyways, if you guys are new here, I appreciate you immensely. I did not expect for this little community to grow as much as it has. And to be honest with you, I just started...
No whisper. I don't want to be.
Yeah. Do you want to say hi to everybody?
Hi.
Hi. Say, I'm Little London. Mwah. You want to show him penguin? Go get your penguin. Oh, she had him. Who is that? Penguin. Let's see. Can we show him penguin? Let me see. Say, this is her stuffy. She brings everywhere. She's totally into the penguins right now. Daddy got her at the Grove.
What's a hobbit penguin?
Oh yeah, okay, that's it. So $25 later for a little stuffy. It's kind of worth because now she that's her lifeline right now. Anyway, so if you guys are new, I totally appreciate you for being here. Thank you so much for just coming on here and watching my simple, crazy life and my story. And you guys have really come to love to know my dad. And he's my best friend and one of my favorite people on the entire world. So the fact that I was able to share his heart and his experience with you guys, and you guys really see his heart, it's just really sweet. It really is sweet, and I think he enjoys it too. He enjoys the nice comments that you guys are leaving. But I also wanted to come on here because I feel because this little community has grown a little bit more, I've been getting a lot more interaction, a lot more engagement, and questions and good topics from you guys. And I think the most...
Hi, Mama Monster.
Mama Monster, she's calling me a Mama Monster. Hi. Hey, will you go tell Cooper to shh? Will you go get Cooper?
No.
Okay. All right, we're back. Okay. Let's get back into it. So, as I was saying before, now that our little community has been growing here, which I'm very, very thankful for, I love seeing the engagement that you guys are bringing in your questions and sharing your stories and your backgrounds and your experience with either being adopted or knowing someone adopted or being in the same situation like I was, adopted into a multicultural family. And so it's just really cool to be able to connect with people from around the world world who share the same experiences, because I always thought growing up I was like the only one who was going through it. And I know that's not true. I know that's definitely not the case, but I think it's just really special to how the internet works and brings people together. So that I'm very, very grateful for. But now that I'm getting your comments and your engagement, I absolutely love it. And you guys are giving me such wonderful ideas about what I want to talk about next and share. And so one of the most common questions I get asked now is, have I or will I ever search for my biological parents? Such a tricky one, because as a young girl, like high school, middle school, even in my early 20s, I really didn't care much for it. I think I just didn't like the idea of knowing that I was abandoned, and that in my head, in my mind, I was like, okay, my parents gave me up, I was found in terrible conditions, and I just figured that I just chalked it up with not being good enough or feeling good enough for them, not knowing and really understanding the circumstances and how the government worked, or paying attention to really how the history of it was. Like, it wasn't only me, it was a lot of baby girls, and specifically, yes, baby girls. So when I was younger, I just kind of bottled it up and I threw it under the rug, and I made it sound like, okay, this is the best case scenario for me to be in right now. And even though it is not perfect, it is way better than being stuck in an orphanage, and 9 times out of 10 potentially like not making it, because I was like really sick. So I just kind of felt like I suppressed those feelings and wanted to ignore them really hard, that it got to the point where I just grew this unspoken hatred towards the idea. And then I was like, no, absolutely, I would never. Like, I would get super offensive about it. But I feel like now that I am a young mom, now I'm starting the new decade of my life, and I feel like I have a way more mature view about it, and I'm starting to accept things and be a little bit more open-minded to it. I don't totally hate the idea. I think that now that I have a daughter of my own, it's really important, and since I've had my own daughter in Little London and become a mom myself, I think it helped me change my perspective, 1000%. I think it made me realize that my parents, how could you ever want to give up your little baby, your newborn baby you just had? Like, that's really hard and difficult. And so it would be very unfair of me just to immediately think my parents didn't want me, put them in that box, in that category of the bad parents, right? The unwanted parents that did not want their child. So I really just sat there and I thought and I prayed about it, and I think God really not only gave me a baby, like really like helped me, like this was in his perfect planning and timing, not only just made me become a mom, but also made me become a mom. Well, grandma came home, and so that's why both my kids start freaking out, including the dog, including this one. She's so mean to grandma. Every time grandma's home and I'm home, she's like, no grandma, I'm scared. I'm like, girl, you gotta be nice to grandma. She's the only help we got. What was I saying? Back to it. So I think after becoming a mom, and especially a mom to a daughter, that really hit home. And she's like my very first relative, my very first blood relative. So when I really kind of put it in perspective, I was like, dang, like that's big, right? Like, not only is she my own daughter, but she is the only blood relative that I know of at the time. And so yes, I've done DNA samples, like the 23andMe, like that thing. But I really am curious to know more about if I have a sibling, which I know I do. I know I've got a sibling. I have to. That's the whole point of why I was given up. So there's gotta be like a little brother, a big brother, a little sister. Like, I think that is so much more intriguing and interesting to me than finding my own parents, which I'm still open to as well. I think there's like this big hole inside of my heart, that this like unspoken, I know I need to do this so I feel a little bit more normal, right? Like, I love my parents 1000%. Mark and Pat, my adopted parents, my brother, like they are the best family I could have ever asked for, right? Like, I was super 100% blessed. That's why I never want it to sound like, oh, like they weren't good enough. That no. I think it's a me problem. It's me feeling that I wasn't good enough for the first one, so I had a second one, which is the best outcome. But I just feel like I want to know why, right? I want to just like have that closure, have that sense of like, okay, at least I know them and we're on the good page. And so I just want to know that, and I think that's really cool. But lately I kind of been like thinking in my head the pros and cons of all this. Okay, so I don't know. I don't know if it's a good idea, but this is what I have so far. So I have just been thinking about the pros and cons of going down this route. So first of all, I think locating my biological sibling and parents would obviously be the pros in this, right? Just making sure that they're okay and that they're alive and all that good stuff, right? Just having that connection, just simply knowing that that's there and available if I ever wanted it or needed it. The other thing is addressing my need for my curiosity and feelings of abandonment. And I never really got this one until I was older, like now. And then I realized the way that I view things and reflect and perceive like my relationships and my friendships, like a lot of it has to do with like how I was perceiving the world as a young girl, right? So it's like a lot of inner child work, lots of inner child work. So once I realized that, I was like, dang, I was like, maybe this is the key. Maybe this is something that I really need to focus a little bit more on, and hopefully it'll help my mental clarity for everything else in life that I have. Also, another pro is just receiving closure, right? Just knowing that they're alive, that they're well and okay, and knowing that I think for them, just peace of mind. I just, if I did locate them and I could find them, I think that would be really cool just to have that connection there. If I ever wanted it, just ever wanted to just reconnect and have it. So I think there's more cons than pros, to be honest with you, but I try to stay optimistic with it. But this is like the biggest con, right? Is like going through all of this extra work, going the extra mile, all to get my hopes up and then not being able to locate them. Or even worse, going down this rabbit hole and then them saying, I want nothing to do with you, I don't want to reconnect, like you're nobody to me. And then I think that'll make me feel even worse and I'll regret wanting to like search and try. But I feel like it can't be that way. I can't have those expectations on them yet, right? So I try not to overthink anything, but I overthink a lot, and especially in a situation like this, that is something that I've been afraid to do and explore for so long. But now that I'm a little bit more, I'm just in a different point in my life and I'm more open to it than ever. I feel like if I don't jump on this opportunity right now, then my feelings are gonna change and this ship's gonna sail, and then you never know, shoulda, coulda, woulda type of vibe. And so I think that's why that's like what I struggle with the most now. And yeah, I mean, I hope that makes sense. I hope that's like interesting enough, because that's kind of what's in my mind that plays out. And maybe you guys can give me some advice, because your girl is got a big question mark on top of her head. But I'm only literally doing this because I feel like if it was any time in my life of me trying to do this, I think now would be the perfect time, right? Like while I'm young, while my daughter is young, while we can still logistically go through this whole process before we start real life and like she goes to school and stuff like that. So I don't know, I just feel like I kind of want to do it, but I kind of don't. I'm like halfway in, halfway out. I'm afraid of the future and I'm afraid of what the outcome might be, and I'm afraid of rejection, okay? Like just being honest, like I'm afraid of going through this whole thing and not be the outcome that I want it to be, and that could very well happen. So I know I can't live like that, but I know it's something that I feel like I need to address deep down inside in my life before I die and go away. Also, the other thing that I absolutely love about YouTube and the social media thing, this whole thing is so new to me, okay? So sorry if I'm like genuinely excited and like psyched, because I just really am. But I think it's really cool how you get to connect with other people and meet other people. And I've met this girl named Shenabe. Correct me if I'm wrong, if I'm not pronouncing your name right. I'm sorry if I'm not. But she is this adopted Chinese girl who grew up in the Netherlands, and she recently reconnected with her biological parents and found them, and it was successful. And it's like, it was just so heartwarming. And to be honest with you, that gave me, when I was watching that video, that gave me a lot of motivation and inspiration, just to see how genuinely happy and fulfilled and excited and peaceful she seemed on that video. And then and how she felt afterwards. Like, I've just been keeping up with her, and I think that it's really cool. And so I just wanted to thank you. I know I don't know you personally, but we talk online, we connect with Instagram, and hopefully one day I'll come to visit you in the Netherlands. And if you're ever in LA, please hit me up. But I kind of feel like because we have this similar situation, she's almost like sister vibes to me. Like, she's someone that I feel like she finds interest and comfort in these discussions and topics, and do this and try to find her birth parents. Because, like, for instance, like my cousins who they were adopted with me at the same time, Maylee and Michaela, they like don't care about wanting to find their biological parents at all. Like, even growing up, it was just like, nah, like, I don't care, I don't want to, which is fine. Like, to each their own. I totally understand that. Like, no judgment, no whatever. But I think it's just really cool when I connect with other adoptees and we kind of share the same interests and want to help each other out. So she gave me a lot of recommendations on where to start and how to do this. So I think now I'm going to kind of paddle in the water and just kind of see what I can come up with and hopefully start my search. But I will keep you guys updated. That's exactly why I wanted to do this, exactly why I wanted to show you guys and kind of jump on here and tell you a little bit of an update, because I think it's just really sweet and really genuine of you guys just to be here and engage with me. And I love reading your comments, and I love seeing this little community grow, and I love how you guys, I think it's just so sweet how you're just very interested in my simple little old life, little old me. So I thank you so much. I hope you guys have a fantastic year to the beginning of this new year, and I hope you had a wonderful Christmas and holiday season. But I will see you on the next one, because little London, my girl, she needs mama's attention. So I told her I wouldn't be here for too long, but I will see you guys next time.